Imagine filing a case against another country and then ending up paying not just your own legal expenses, but theirs too. Sounds unusual, right? But this is exactly what is happening in the Indus Waters Treaty dispute between India and Pakistan. As India has refused to participate in the ongoing arbitration process and Pakistan is reportedly paying both its own share and India's share of the arbitration cost in order to keep the case alive. So why is this happening? Well, let us break it down and let us understand that what is the Indus Waters Treaty and why are the two neighbors fighting over water and why is Pakistan paying the entire bill. Let us understand about it. Firstly, let us shed light on what is Indus Waters Treaty. Well, the Indus Waters Treaty was signed on September 19, 1960 between India and Pakistan, with the World Bank helping both the nations reach the agreement. And despite wars and decades of political tensions, the treaty survived and was considered one of the strongest examples of cooperation between the two nations. The agreement divided the 6 rivers of the Indus river system between India and Pakistan, and India received control over the Ravi, Beas and Satluj rivers, while Pakistan received most of the waters of the Indus, Jhelum and the Chenab rivers. However, India was allowed limited use of the western rivers for purposes such as drinking water, irrigation and hydroelectric power generation under the specific treaty rules. Well, what is the current dispute? Notably, the dispute is linked to the two Indian hydroelectric projects in Jammu and Kashmir, Kishan Ganga and Ratle. Pakistan claims that the design of these projects violates the Indus Waters Treaty and could reduce water flow into Pakistan. India strongly rejects all these allegations as New Delhi argues that both the projects comply with treaty provisions and says that such technical disagreements should be handled by a neutral expert, not an international arbitration tribunal. So why did Pakistan approach arbitration? Well, Pakistan approached the Permanent Court of Arbitration in order to resolve the dispute, and India opposed this move from the beginning. According to New Delhi, the treaty has a clear dispute resolution mechanism where technical issues should first go to neutral expert. India argues that both the processes cannot operate at the same time and has questioned the tribunal's authority to hear the case. But this raises one question into our minds, that why is India boycotting the proceedings? Well, the dispute became more complicated after the April 2025 Pahalgam terror attack, and following the attack, India announced that it was placing the Indus Waters Treaty in suspension until Pakistan takes what India calls credible and irreversible action against cross-border terrorism. And since then, India has stopped participating in the arbitration process, and the Indian government has also called the tribunal illegally constituted and has stated that it will not accept any decision passed by it. So why is Pakistan paying India's share? Normally, both the countries are expected to share the expenses of international arbitration. However, arbitration proceedings can continue even if one party refuses to participate. And since India is staying away from the hearings, Pakistan has decided to continue with the case and is reportedly paying both its own expenses and India's share of the arbitration cost. Reports suggest that Pakistan has already spent over $600,000 and the amount may increase as the case continues. So can arbitration continue without India? Well, definitely yes. The tribunal has already stated that it has the authority to hear Pakistan's case even without India's participation. However, India does not recognize the tribunal's jurisdiction and has made it clear that it will not accept any ruling from this process. So while the legal proceedings may continue, the practical impact of any decision remains uncertain. And why does this even matter? Well, the financial burden comes at a difficult time for Pakistan, which is dealing with economic challenges and operating under an IMF assistance program. Although the arbitration cost is small compared to Pakistan's overall economy, paying the entire bill adds another expense. And more importantly, this dispute highlights how relationship between India and Pakistan have changed. And for decades, the Indus Waters Treaty survived wars and diplomatic tensions. And today, however, water sharing has become closely connected with security concerns and political disputes. So what is the bottom line as of now? Well, the Indus Waters Treaty dispute is no longer just about rivers or dams. It has become another symbol of the growing mistrust between India and Pakistan. And for now, Pakistan is continuing the arbitration and paying the full cost in order to keep the case alive. India, meanwhile, remains firm that it will neither participate in nor recognize the proceedings. And in one of the most unusual legal battles between the two neighbors, the country that filed the case is also paying the bill for the country it has taken to court. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.